Hello, my dears. I had Hinge for 7 days. So, with this journey of getting a dating app, I wanted to see what is today's dating culture like? How is it possible that I can talk so much about love and dating if I am not even aware of what the style of it is in today's day and age? With the use of technology, with the use of algorithms, with the use of AI, how has it affect how we meet each other? So walking into this, I wanted to be very, very intentional. I decided to only give myself 7 days. The last time I participated in a dating app, I was in college in Texas. I didn't know much or anything about myself. I didn't know that I could have a dating style. I didn't know that I could get to know people in my own type of way. Outside of like the hey text, how are you? What did you go to school for? And do you want to get coffee? So yeah, I decided to get Hinge and see what is it like out there right now. I have been so far from the digital realm of love that I was curious, and you know what? Best comes to best, I tell y'all, hey, I met someone. So yeah, this is my profile. There's a prompt in there as well where it said like, what do you do to make yourself feel better? And I said, stay away from my phone. So yeah, even just within the first step of curating a profile, that in of itself felt somewhat natural to me because I did have a strong sense of, okay, this is who I am and I know how to portray that. But it's such a fine, slippery line of, oh, this is who I want to be portrayed as. It's not necessarily aligned with, this is who I am. So already just from the get-go, there could already be like a double life being lived because you are creating one to be seen. I kept an emotional log of every time I was on the app and how I felt each time doing it. As the 7 days continued, my discipline of logging into the emotional archive of how I felt using Hinge was decreasing. I knew of the addictive qualities when it came to dating apps. I was very well aware of how there is like this dopamine rush, but I wondered, because I'm aware of it, maybe it won't affect me in the same way. Yes, it very much did. It humbled me very quickly when I realized that I am not excluded from being susceptible to clever marketing or manipulative app tactics. I could read y'all the entire emotional log, but it's like pages and pages and pages. Just the summary of it is that the first day, I felt so exposed. I was so vulnerable and I was like having a lot of visceral reactions. I almost wanted to just like touch my phone as if it was sizzling hot. And there was just so much like fear rooted in it, but because I was being intentional, I was actually quite proud of myself for not running away from it. I had the idea of like, okay, what if I just delete it right now and don't tell anybody about this video? But I was like, no, you're here to learn. You are here to learn and observe on what this culture is. So I continued to use it, and I noticed within about the 3rd or the 4th day, that was when Hinge was able to understand my type. Anytime I started to get fatigued or tired of just swiping and analyzing and making decisions, I was getting decision fatigue. Instantly, another face would just be popped up right in front of me. And then I was like, it only took so little of my time in order to really analyze this. So let me just say like yes or no before leaving the app. And then instantly another face showed up again. So, you know, it kind of didn't give me a chance to breathe. It didn't give me a chance to like collect myself after each viewing, and I didn't realize how much that took out of me emotionally and like logically. I had to put a lot of my intent into choosing yes or no for this person. I have heard of the term using it as a numbers game. If you just say yes to everything, then you'll have a bigger pool of who you can go on a date with or converse with. I was being very selective. Whenever I started getting tired from swiping so much, Hinge would give me words of encouragement saying, keep going, we are learning your type by this. We are collecting data and we are learning about you and who you like by you continue swiping. So I gave myself the assignment of 1 hour per night. With the first night, I thought that was going to be really hard. I thought it was going to be so teeth grinding in order for me to spend that much time on this app. But after about the second or third day, I found myself leaning towards it whenever I felt boredom. And I was like, whoa, I am a person that loves to be bored because I have other ways of how to soothe that. I have many creative hobbies. I have many exercising hobbies such as rock climbing or just like sprinting around the block. I love being bored. I can write, I can knit, I can watch. So to find myself leaning towards my phone, not only towards my phone, but towards the hope of love, it felt almost like I was being productive. It felt almost as if I was checking off a box, sending an email, finishing that draft. It kind of felt like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. This is the step closer towards the place of where I want to be in love. But as days pass and the amount of times that I do log in my emotional log of how many times a day I have been returning back to this app more frequently, I was noticing in all of the ways that I was ignoring conversations that were happening right in front of me. I was ignoring the routines that I usually upkeep within myself in terms of my creative endeavors. It so quickly became a distraction. I also noticed a lot of paid features within the app. I kind of came to the conclusion of, Hinge might not fully be on my side when I saw a standout section. And the standout section is where they curate a certain group of people that they believe you like. And turns out they did a good job. I did find interest within the people in my standout section. However, I couldn't reach out to them unless I paid $2.99 to send them a rose. This standout section refreshes daily, so then you get a new set of people that they think that you'll like. I waited a couple days wondering, will they show up in just like the general part of the swiping area? 2 days passed and they still didn't show up. And then I Googled it. I was like, okay, like, are they forever gone? Right after I Googled it, I go into the app and there they are. I don't know, call it fate. Yeah, I shot my shot and I kind of didn't hear back since. Because also, people aren't on Hinge all the time. Even though it feels like I was on it so much, in reality, I was only there for about an hour a day. Even when I did make matches, like, guys, I think I only got like about like 5-ish matches within the 7 days. I thought I was gonna be going on dates back to back. I thought it was gonna be the most smooth sailing process to go on dates because I was ready. I was like, okay, like, I got my bag in hand and I'm ready to show up to wherever we gotta show up. Turns out it's actually really difficult to land a date on a dating app. Like, with the few matches that I have, and when I did match with them, conversation in that chat is actually so sterile. It's so difficult, and I would like to think I'm a decent conversationalist. I also am just a person that hates being on too many things on my phone, so then I just instantly said, is it alright that I just gave you my phone number? Is it possible that we can actually have a phone call? Is it possible that I can like hear you? And I didn't say this, but in a way, can I feel how you speak and your tone and if our words can collide with each other in harmony? I surprisingly got a lot of pushback from that. I really only had one phone call amongst the other 5 matches, and yeah, I think one of them responded back like, oh, I'm really shy. I'm like, so how do you even expect for us to go on a date if you can't even have a phone call with me? So it really showed me, oh, I can be that intentional when it comes to using this dating app, but there are going to be a lot of other people on the app that aren't as intentional to really be meeting up, to really be having those conversations, and to really be in love. Yeah, I was gonna make a whole pie chart about like, this is the percent of time that I was swiping, this is how long we were texting, and this is how long the date was, just to show like, in the shape of a circle, these are the parts of where most time was spent and how many hours, because, you know, I assumed it was kind of gonna be like a part-time job. Like, for 7 days, at least 7 hours have been spent on swiping. I thought I was gonna have more data to show you guys, but it never left. It never left the chat. By the 6th day, I was like, should I extend it for 14 days? Like, is that the answer? I haven't been on one date yet from this. Like, is this really gonna be a successful video if I don't at least have one in-person interaction from one of these people? By the 7th day, I deleted it. No questions asked. I did not second guess myself. I just deleted it because I went to my screen time settings and I saw I had spent 9.5 hours on Hinge within the 7 days. And there's something about it just being 30 minutes away from double digits, like 10 hours, that really freaked me out. And I was like, okay, I can't do that. Like, 10 hours could have been spent me finishing a book. I could have written a book in 10 hours. Like, if anything, I just felt so motivated to move out of this stagnant state. Whoa, I have sat still for 10 hours right in front of my phone, just moving my thumb, not really getting to know anybody. After each swiping session, I would ask, like, did I learn anything? And no. I guess in a way I did learn a lot about today's dating culture, but I don't want to be the person that is intentional for the both of us. And I'm not speaking for every single person that is on the app. You know, I could have given it a lot more time and maybe found a person there that I could converse with and I could meet with in person. But, you know, if I roll a ball of Play-Doh for long enough, I can get it to be a perfect sphere, but do I really want to do that? I just had better ideas of where I could spend my time, and actually after I deleted the app, it was a Sunday, so I deleted it. I went straight to church, had a really cool conversation with a priest, and then I ate a croissant at the front of my porch and just watched the clouds go by. And I was very happy. I took myself out on a date, I guess is what happened. Once again, if you want to continue using it, I do not fault you for it. This is just all my own experience. I also just cringed a lot. Just because someone has taste in how they can express themselves. I think that I matched with some people that I thought were pretty quirky or funny or just playful and fun in how they presented themselves in their profile. But when we matched and finally got to talking, it was LOL. And I was like, wow, this is not a good conversation and I don't want to be here anymore. I even wrote in my emotional log that I miss reaching out to my friends. I'm a person that reaches out to my friends probably every day, if not every other day. Just a random how are you, just how was your sleep, what did you eat this morning? And because I had spent an hour a day on this app, for some reason it kind of took over a space in my daily routines of reaching out to people that I actually truly love. Yes, in a way I could have placed myself into a more disciplined mode of, okay, you can balance two of them at the same time. You can balance your friends and you can balance your pursuit of finding this person. But why give myself so much more work and pain and discipline when I could just lighten what's on my plate and go back to loving myself and my friends? Because loving my friends is a part of loving myself. Like, they do so much healing for me just being there. I hope I do the same for them. But yeah, would I do it again? Probably not. I didn't realize how hard it was to land a date on a dating app. I mean, there are dating apps now of where you can just match with the person, and if you match with them, you have to go on a date with them. There's no way around it. You can't continue using the app if you haven't gone on a date with them. So that seems pretty interesting. maybe I'll try that out and talk to y'all about that. But there's still like the analysis and the swiping and the digital just like presentation of it all that makes me tired. It makes me really tired, and I don't want to be tired in the pursuit of finding my person. I want to be extremely present, and I have so much hope. I have so much hope to find a person in real life organically. I don't know, I guess that's how I've always seen it to be. It's quite difficult, but I think it's a price I'm willing to pay. It's just patience. Easier said than done for most days, but seeing how much time I spent on that app, and people call it the apps now. Like if you're on a dating app, people say, oh, are you on the apps? I think that's so funny. Like we can't even, it's almost like the app that shall not be named. But I wish you the best of luck if you are on your digital extravaganza to finding your person there. You know, I learned a lot from having used Hinge for 7 days, and personally, I'm not doing it again. Just with the amount of effort that I put into pure strangers, at the end of the day, I didn't find it all that worth it. I'm glad I gave myself the time limit of 7 days, because who knows how long I would have held out hope for if I didn't give it a deadline. People say that New York is the hardest city to date in. Yes, we are so submerged in so many people, but we are isolated in the way that everyone has their headphones on. Everyone is walking to a destination. Everyone is sitting on the train to be going somewhere else. We are always living in the future. We are always living in at least 5 minutes in advance. You're not really in a romantic mindset to have your eyes open for the person in front of you. But I don't know if a digital dating app is the answer for me. I think it is up to me to break that cycle of, okay, I am going to take off my headphones and I'm going to be the one to notice who else doesn't have their headphones in, and maybe we can spark a conversation. Yeah, I give myself an assignment of approaching at least one person a week on the train. I'm a bit behind on my homework, but it's not even for the hope that, oh, I hope that they marry me. It's more so just like, oh, a social experiment within myself of, can I get over the jitters? What are the first things I'm going to say to this person? And if I have regret with it afterward, how would I change it? And if I upset anybody, then I also get to practice how I apologize too. Okay guys, that is my spiel on my experience using Hinge for 7 days. It is my true, honest opinion, and also they have this membership feature called Hinge X. You pay $25 a week for features such as like, oh, they give you people more your type, you get unlimited likes. But I'm just like, if your whole motto is designed to be deleted, then why not that just be the baseline of the app? Why do we have to pay $25 a week for it? But the kicker is, if you pay 6 months in advance, then it becomes, I think, like $6.66 a week. Why am I paying to have this app for 6 months? At that point, I'm gonna go to the library and read every single book that exists. But yeah, that's my spiel. Once again, y'all do you. I'm gonna do me. That's just my opinion. Let me know if my conclusions or observations have aligned with your experience with online dating. Let me know what else I should try. It was actually really fun and interesting seeing how I can make a video a bit more investigative. Maybe I'll go on a blind date and I'll talk to y'all about that whole experience. Alright. Thank you so much, my dears, and I wish you the best sleep of your life and a couple minutes to watch the clouds go by. It's very fun. So, yeah. Thank you so much, my romantics, and I will see y'all next week.